Hi everyone, how are you? It's not good enough. Hi everyone, how are you? Great. So that's the scream which I need every time I come. I'm good as well, unless and until this cap kind of falls down and this sari kind of rips up. And my kiddo over there sitting and started screaming at once, as just he has done a couple of times before. My name is Sas. Also, you can call me Patruni Sastry. My drag name is Suffocated Art Specimen. And I'm here to kind of share a few ideas as well as journeys which I have kind of been through at this point in time. My talk title is Displaced Dysphoria and How Do I Navigate with the Idea of Gender Performance. So let me kind of take you through a little bit of a journey today. How many of you are in? Say yes. Yes. Yeah. A little bit more? Yes. Yes. So my journey has basically started in 2015, and that was a young kid who kind of came, not young actually, 21 years of age, kind of came to Hyderabad and trying to explore the world of IT. That was the time I kind of stumbled upon a video link in YouTube. It was a talk by a person who's there in the room, and I would like to quote the person, that is none other than Vaijayanti, a TEDx talk which she has done at Bangalore. And the talk, she says, and I quote, gender is a continuum. Yes, just like that. So gender is a continuum, and this was something which was ringing on my ears for the next 10 or 15 days. And eventually I and Vaijayanti bumped up each other in a bus while we were traveling to a very remote college. I'm not sure why exactly the colleges are always remote in Hyderabad, but we were having a very good chat, and I came out to her saying, I'm gender fluid. And then the second question which she asked me was, are you trans? That was something which kind of made me a little bit misplaced. And I came back home trying to ideate and think, what exactly was the definition of trans? Pause there. Moving again to 2019, where I was already dancing, and classical dance was something which I was not able to afford anymore because it's expensive. And while trying to navigate into the ideas of gender and sexuality, queer groups, queer performances, etc., I kind of saw this wonderful art form which was called as drag. It's not that drag what you think of. So drag is a four-letter word which says dress resembling a gender. Yeah, just like you. So dress resembling a gender, and it's a way how you present your idea of gender to the society. People call me drag queen, people call me drag artist, people call me drag monster, they also call me drag alien. But I'm also being called words like Behrupia, Launda Naj artist, Pagati Veshagadu, Veshamput, Bohurupi. These are the vernacular languages of words for drag or gender performance. Drag is not the only gender performance which we see in the world, but there are multiple variations of gender performance, and drag is just a tiny bit of it. I started doing drag in 2019 with only two purposes. One, to earn money, which I'm not, and other, to kind of go ahead and bring the idea of drag into my city of Hyderabad. While I started doing drag, one of the very obvious things was to present myself in a far more feminine way, which I still do, and also to kind of recreate the idea of how my gender is visible in front of all of you. In India, gender performance is a very common scenario, which we usually see it in our, okay, bye-bye. You all can say bye-bye as well. Little distractions can't help. So in India, gender performance is a very unique idea of presentation. May that be in the folk art forms, may that be in the Indian classical art forms, may that be in rituals, may that be a space where an artist is protesting or the oppressed are kind of going ahead and giving back to the society. With vast ideas of gender performances which we have in our society, which includes the Brahmin boys dancing in temples such as Kuchipudi, to a Dalit men performing for lewd expressions in front of a public fully drunk such as Launda Naj. I try to fit in between the ideas of what the West talks about the idea of gender or gender performance and what my Indian context kind of comes as and presents in between you. Drag is a very powerful art form. It ensures that you will be able to kind of go ahead and make your gender a canvas and talk about how you feel euphoric while you're performing drag. Usually, when I go and talk in corporate offices, they just come and say that, oh, we haven't seen any trans people before. And I want to just go and sprinkle some water on their face and tell them that transness has been existing in gender performance across our society. It's just that they were not woken up. In Telugu households, majority of the men have two distinct templates of childhood pictures. One, where they cross-dress in a girl costume, and other, we're not wearing anything. While these are the natural ways of embracing the idea of gender performance, but still the idea of alienation of what gender performance is within our society is a little daunting. When I started doing drag, when I started to imbibe the idea of how my gender should be visible in front of people, I wanted to deliberately go and create a gender anarchy, where you don't figure out what exactly is male or female. When I perform drag, sometimes I'm extremely masculine, sometimes I'm gender anarchist, and sometimes I'm divertly feminine. And this shift of gender is something which talks about how drag is a space where I would be able to get euphoria for the next 10 or 15 minutes and then go back to the routine life of my regular family, work, and culture. With the current situations which are happening across the world, gender performance is seen as a sin or a crime. With the US going ahead and banning drag and its display in public, to Telangana police going ahead and countering or bringing people who are performing in clubs, especially trans and hijra people and drag artists, performing in clubs and trying to nag them down so that they are just going ahead and merely presenting their art in front of a public space. It's always been a situation where power sees gender performance as just an outlet of sexuality, but sexuality is just a small part of the entire performance. Drag is not sexual, but sexuality can be a part of drag. Dressing up can be a part of kink, but all people who are dressing up are not sexual. And this questioning of what is sexuality and how the sexuality has been present in a society would create a better space for genders as well as gender performers in this moving society. I think drag is also a power which majority of us could use. And I think there's no difference between a drag queen who is speaking here and the people sitting in front of me, because all of you are drag artists just like me. And I think what exactly makes a difference between your drag and my drag is the intention, is the purpose of questioning what you see and how do you want to show yourself or your gender performance. With drag, I was able to kind of go ahead and utilize it in a couple of ways actually. One, to definitely earn money, it didn't work out. And the second was to create drag as a tool to talk about social commentary as well as activism. I was able to go and perform in more than 10 to 15 public spaces every year to raise awareness about HIV and spreading of AIDS, to talk about menstrual health, to talk about mental health, and how exactly we could navigate by just showing a performance. I was able to kind of talk about how issues of intersex individuals are being faced in the society, how conversion therapy works, all with just the tool of performance. And if one drag artist could definitely do this, I think if we are getting more drag artists, they could definitely change the world. So what is my ask to all of you is go ahead and support your local drag artist, because as and when they are presented, they are given space, they are shown about their interest of art, they will be able to kind of go ahead and create a far more better world for all of you. And let's work together as a gender performers to create a better world for the entire community. I would like to conclude my talk with a small poem or a tumri which talks about how the idea of gender can be changed in just a single sentence. And it goes in this way. नारी बनाई नचाए छोरे को, नारी बनाई नचाए छोरे को, डप मृदंग के तालन पे रंग डारूंगी, हाँ रंग डारूंगी, रंग डारूंगी, हाँ रंग डारूंगी, रंग डारूंगी नंद के लालन पे रंग डारूंगी, हाँ रंग डारूंगी, रंग डारूंगी नंद के लालन पे रंग डारूंगी. So let me sprinkle some colors on your face, imaginative, and let's create a world which is far more colorful than just my costume. Thank you.